Which are most we call dine in Nuban and Mapan Machar Juror. Kene TV the board pan Australia. Which are most we caught in the USA, Kujela Canada, and ye theatre and work ne cool. Which are most we caught in Europe, Kujela Jinup, the Sudan Panda, Kujela Panchal Australia, and the German in the Melbourne. Kajam Wakan Inca Akagala Twing the Panda. Kajam Wakan Inca Iran in the Chidid Boer, young live with the Loy Boer. Kajam Wakak Naninka. Manataka one animal. And we'll learn the detail in a month. Which about most, which about Lord work or die with you. Peer day to a monjang, pay a pet Bennett and walk. And a barcutting any money. Ye ring or a generation in the pay panda. Kaka really to tower thin, I are really a generation. The diaka water thin, or a ring the diaka water thin. Cock a lettering one, twing I cock a malik. Cock a berba ben, a bear pee by you, I call war, no run the Mary. Coy diak. Kaka ko war jel kala pioj ne SPLA war jel bay jelen jal ku kanyi ko pet kurukule mar gir onen gol panda ron wak gol kek ne pine lengali na bi chili kare bi berba ben na bi war run SPLA ke lengali ber ba introduce bi mana lan gap to arab chili ku jela de tu ene to ko tin ko ka pije ke lengali ku jela ko ka pije ke lengali man je wato ko ka ko ju jare ko twingon ko ko pioj on twingon akel yare ko ke berga ba pioj ware zaman ni meri na rebe percentage de na kura re lekin percentage ko war jel ka pioj ne lengali war jel ko toro ki war ko ka ju jare a ci be ba tunga ne ko ka bi wa jame ko le ko ne jam wotine nin ka erane ne ci di panden yung le buk dil ko panden rane ne ci di yung na de ko loy ba panden be letwen ki yen radato ku jela country ne di tetin anyi ko pe war pa na ka kuma kan ka kuma be ka kuma ga ju ko tinare kwen ke rebe ji kem kwen ke jor mi ju jare na America ko de ki ko ba cho America even though ki ben Australia kilo Canada kilo USA e kene bana cho mi ka America ka dia ti wa chal tin ka tong dan jiang ko kai ko ka America ajala le bo Australia ka jala America dun Australia jala bo Canada ka America dun Australia ta to ne ka onen mi jalo no ko ton ke ay ke gyo kulela la ka bala pi en ke chio gon jor ke ba on ke mi ti ter koron ne SPLA on ki le ke kulela mi za jot ke a lere ke ne sukuli en ke kuna ne mi kurba yo ku kutala ngi detail ko ke kon ka lom twing ku ko ke ber ka ba lom chili ku ko ke ber ka ba lom al mem mi za ka lom etang wok aka lom etang paran en ke bala tuwar war ka lan ke lost boy ko ka majority pan bor rine ke lom ke aka lom ke bila pi even though ko ka la jeje lekin rine ke lom ke tang paran ken e pi yen ke lom ke ku pi kena ken doka ken bitorit e bi ke toya abla gum mi ta bala lonwe kene bala la jeje ku kena kwanti ku de kyo bena bajriya bena ko jabi ke kar ka kuma abena ne le ben delio bi la America ke yen ka jamon ake jam ko le wek mit la ka bala pi ku pi bi wala pi ka bi wo bai aba ba jar nya aken ko disappointed eta tete lwel waitin bendo wa jam wa ibor na jam ko wa ibor ke wer bana jinu ba Sudan na wa par jinu ba Sudan na lan ko rat panda ken ka rat jinu ya alo ko development panda ke development jinu ko loiko e ka de kulu wa jam ne pi wa pi yo bu ger panda e pi wa pi yo lu bu dil ger panda jinu e pi wa pi yo lu bu dil ger ke ye work na ritwa pa individual sometime ana tem ko kaya ga use kai langalit I can be able to understand I can tung jing I can ban I can translate a pet about it and that why in kai what that way will ka lang arabia yu ko tawma will ka langalit kai ko tawa red I can wear a langalit in ka lo ni ma pet I can al talk about translate ka lo ni nam fa ka lo le ko lo wo wa bana yer wa bana yer diaspora ban wa ti jala na sukuli ela ki wana na sukuli che yongu chula loy ye wat fil chula loy ba panda ba jar twen tele wa dubai mia wan me da ku research en che kana research pet ko way mi bur or way mi panda gina ba Sudan wati bana yer ku wa kilang chada to kana wo e chada kaka yongu le badil ko nyo wan me da Akol Aguek Ngong yen ka kamanda na kola ta ka wona yana ban nyalma kuda duaret banya Akol Aguek
inja moderate ban ma pat ku jola audience ping ni man kawen no walk ku man kole or man mia ya college na we ko ping no walk we cha ka mod we dia we ko ping man kaw no long America ku ya college long Australia ku ke wa ko long Africa we cha ka mod we dia ku inja mod ban ma pat thank you for having me
apia red yen ka we ko ping wadia kiman na chan lu wan me da Akol Aguek Ngong research den ci loy ne human development kula twenga panda we cha go waret wan me da Akol Aguek Ngong abula tweng kere research de ku jela jamde welcome to Bor TV banya Akol
Ayen incha moderate again incha moderate ma pan ma char jongro ku jola we dia we copying and mi pio ne man kaw chan chabela du Australian TB Bor community TB ba be jam one week man kaw non work about my academic research and yara red and che bena che kur te che beni ben yen ngwan ke ne ti che bena dia kind of thing so man aya le che no ngen in ke chok de ya yin ma pat ku jola team Bor community TV in Australia we cha ga be le ja re cha interview war cha replay GM work human development a cha be ping a cha ni no be la ping ya ku bating yung chini to why ku bating yung de cha luel differently ku ba ya learn from ke cha luel ku ba ya reflect on it so cha le chi ko wa che ne ried ni jam de ni man kawe no work ya college no we ko to Australia kayen it's about my dissertation research in a law man in ka jamen man kawa ku ke ku closer to home ku closer to us in ka chabai ku ka chi make a topic then were a human development theory in a human capital theory chi wa jam tina re one ma pa interview rungwar bebre air war chair earlier this week, which basically says human capital theory jam kuliliyen the best assets or the best resources to buy I call it the pan ke kai the best resources to buy ke kai bi pan la twing be pan ko de and the way you develop that human capital be educated be in the right kind of education in a core pan in a core society in a kayen ba jala twing and so I cannot call a pan ku jolka be educated ku jolka their education jolka youth BK could develop personally with my economic education and can benefit personally one of my family ku bear community da kirman pa na bor bear benefit ku be la South Sudan be benefit a good America benefit a good society jala benefit at large and so in human capital theory in a nutshell ku kachi wajam tin one of my part last year when get war chire now but connect can my research ke my research dissertation research is focusing on us especially Court America I don't know but they'll expand when I do the next research project because they'll include Court of Canada because they'll include Court of Australia good Court of South Sudan and that is basically focusing on post-college career, socioeconomic, and social status outcomes of the lost boys and lost girls of Sudan that have acquired at least a bachelor's degree from an American college or American university. Actually limited to America, we audience went to Australia about explaining a little bit, young and we excluded. In my dissertation research in a nutshell. Now, this idea of education, because Chirmanden became educated, a project, I think it's getting close to 40 years, idea. When Chima Padalwil, the idea on Jorwa Bai in 1987. A case school. Koka Kuchika educated. The Chinaka Yen education. Okay, by leaders of tomorrow. Tomorrow, the end get to what Tinaman walk off. Okay, leaders of tomorrow. In case the idea. Kurani Chilwell appeared other than Kuala Manyang Juk, Ben Kual at that time, and there were quality Chien articulate appeared where Kuala Liu, and of course Bengaret. So that was the theory. Koka Baka Pure, Najika Pure, they will enter into various fields. Can I be an engineer? Can I be an economist? Can I be an accountant? Can I be a doctor? Can I be all those fields? Name them. Now, chi jal pure mia, eke ga jal do could be by jala develop, the by baby. Again, this is still human capital theory. Your people, you develop them, you educate them, you give them the right kind of education, and then send them into the society to actually develop the society and get the theory. So that theory has been implemented. We went into Ethiopia and a deal to Kulio to a deal. makeshift school, but schools regardless. Because Karabaj, because Ben, Kenya, very the same education, very can resume a good number of us below bito high school, Ken high school, told Kuliam Yalit, Leo they'll be banned by it in America. Kulio they'll be Kokala Canada, Kulio they'll be Kokala Australia. The same idea, the same belief in education. And once I'm educated, then I will make a difference in my own life and in the life of community. Persist. We still consistently focus on that. In America, USA, when it's your culture of Canada, when it's your culture of Australia, of course, not when Ken law, culture law, they also build wealth. But a number of people that include somebody like me, you know what, we will have to continue with that education. Now that we have finished high school, or an high school, high school, or GED, or later community college, I'm just talking specifically about the US. And then the same people went to colleges meaning universities. I took in various fields, kene law, tolin bachelor degree kene law lawyer, Louis Buche kene continue below into graduate school, but master's degree below, kene law up to be PhDs, be below, kene law professional schools, be doctors, be degrees you in professional fields when they are professional fields. So that population, telling in college ban America, at least college education, meaning at least bachelor's degree and above, you would make the same argument in culture of Canada. Although culture of Canada ali, I just don't college ban America, ukaje tongen culture of Australia. When you look at the Kokakwen, at least a bachelor's degree in Canada, and the same in Australia. So that generation then they took a lot. And now generation Jolbe, Benamana meet ko. When they ding next year, about 12th grade about Kulir Jama. So the next generation of Tahatin got goal already. So what is my research? My research, my background, Taban, and different things such as I study. I have a degree in economics. I have a degree in political science. I have a master's degree in business administration. I have a master's degree in government. And now I'm pursuing a PhD right now. In economic of education, a transdisciplinary field at the intersection of economic kujola education in my PhD, focusing using human capital theory to look at when human being is developed, educated, what do they do with that education? The other branch I focus on too in my doctoral education, education finance, public education finance. Education is funded at it. What is the funding model in education in a funded? And what is the reward? What is the return on investment out of that expenditure on education? I could have done my research in that area, and I have the data. I even published in that area already. Chatting on I decided, but my dissertation, by a focus on these people, cultural lost boys of Sudan and lost girls of Sudan. To ban America, can now run at least a bachelor's degree. And I'm basically looking at three elements. Kichila low with their education, three elements. One is the career outcomes, occupational outcomes. One area. I'm also looking at socio-economic outcome. Career outcome is what it is. Akol Aguek Ngong, University of Brahman, Harvard University, is now at the University of Brahman. A career outcome. Then I'm also looking at socio-economic outcomes. What has that education done to improve your life socio-economically? One element. The third element is actually to look at social outcome, social status outcome. How has that education actually improved your social standing within your community and within your country and at the society level? And this is now is more subjective because I'm looking at your own perception. So these are the three elements I cover in my dissertation research, focusing on lost boys of Sudan who resettle in the US, and of course, lost girls of Sudan who resettle in the US and have acquired at least a bachelor's degree from an American college or university. This is a little limited because sometimes you have to be careful with your dissertation because a chikurba bagwo liu number head bedira head ekalatiai kwa chikurba limited and generalizability your finding eka korea so a korba betochiel so I can decide by a focus on college ban America with at least a bachelor's degree. And then with future research kept on and on and okay dark to pick up. Then I may include Kojala Canada, I may include Kojala Australia, I may include other immigrants, I may even include Kokela College, compare their outcomes. I may include other immigrants, I may include Koch Dongba. It could be a lifetime project, by the way, to any researcher. So this is how I have limited it. Why did I do that? Because many be work America, little work about local Kenya, local America, local Canada, local Australia. A lot of the stories have been told about us. I could call you Jackal about us, including our passion in education. But nobody has done an empirical research, and I'm speaking specifically to America. Nobody has actually done an empirical research on this population. After this is what they have accomplished with their education. This is what education has done to improve their life. This is what I have found. This is what education has done to actually improve their social standing. And it turns out to be a good opening because and you can publish things, kind of thing. So I made a case to my dissertation committee, which are the University of Brahman Institutional Review Board. And they actually approved it. And they found it to be one of the compelling research areas the Birana focus on. So in the and I launched my data collection a few weeks ago. And the data you ban from people are unbelievable. What I am seeing quantitatively, qualitative.
Can TV the board pan Australia, which I'm more called die with there. banya Akol Aguek kan tem tok batalan kira nyuote ne na chi introduction na chi loy ku ka jai de ke chu ka nim dol won gol banya Akol Aguek ko ja ke liere ko ja ke tero now ko ja ga de yi te dro yi te tem ku ka diang to no a ke jam watine ko le ke to pa na a che tong ti di to wo jam ke tong ku wa che jam ke won chi research pet ku chi data chi gor ku chi ngade chi ga garpen percentage chiga garpinya na jam kini jam the percentage chiga garpin kini jam percentage chake loy ki jam banya Akol Aguek nin ka ku jam watine nin ka ne TV bori ela tweng na panda en ka jam watin kula tweng na panda atora na tatina red ki jam banya Akol Aguek mi dare ni jora ke gona aka jot ke ni rin ka sukul kuri non jora ke e bu mun ma pet a result de ke jalbena on jor ko na ka kor ke kaya ko dirman uke kaya remeruna bai mana to na kachen kilo banya Akol Aguek ke research ki loy achan chuka chibia jam ka nim lazima dilang data balang figures a good to be outcome bajal bebe banya Akol Aguek e research ki loy mit kwon chila USA en ke loy en ke ye feel indi chi ke benbe wa ler ka sukuli je ngalo sukul pionde jamar ka de ino lo jama dunen kor e jamar ka de ka ke kwoti ku ka chen research loitin ku ka jala understand man ne pichi wa pi bo konyi de ko wai mi ka monjang bo konyi de ko wai bor ku yongule bedil loy work individual ku yongule bedil loy panda kana tem to nya e bi jala ne detail man jala ne detail ne research ne ki loy ku ka ci bran jamanum ay rama nga jamanu le hay wadi pi America wadi pi Australia wala chadar wala lekina kore a practical research ku ba ci jam ne jik ni ne good data ku research ta bi na la rande ba ben mia ka ber babe lonto banya Akol Aguek Ngong abu de ko ban ci back banya Akol in jala twen wona detail ko
Thank you, Mapat.
na la ran question the jal gor la banya kinto ne explanation that why nga chiwa interrupted ku kay ku tem bu ko ka page ben bu ko chonim dol na ci jal to kala la question dun to ka ba jal gor en ka chok yenen kaman to kan woga da are well protected ani ko Akol Aguek ware ci bandon we mit ke USA kuran ci banya ya nay ka ila jori go ani ran cin go banwar ka lu le yin ya ran ban lekin war ci ro do banya bo ku ka korba ke chonim twen krano ne de go yin nyin kenon chen ke
Yin
yin
ke
gor
tiata.
gor fa we scientist or we ko woni kangare ta kar ba jall ne bani ko ba ko nyen dum don ku pal ka ba nan ba nya ran ban alu le yotti fa tena ba pol ke we ina asset pan bo lo twen banya Akol
Thank you, Mapat. Yes, incha lejare chabe yenda man bo de piu. So balon research yes ke kar balwel chiana to kana lo research even Australia ter no ko gi research lo on our population. And by the way ma jong wut yo ga tin ke lo ke lu data collect dissertation de in public health. I strongly encourage you, but data bagam empirical research is very important, and especially na chiran chila bay closer to home ke kwanka with data kana leba chwara ya because academic research diamond whoever data gam is protected institutionally and legally, so you are protected. no ko we cha published already in Australia and even America kind of thing. So it is not just me. We is focusing on our population. No ko we ko kieloi. I just happen to focus on the intersection of economic and education. In Kalwa my research. So, but do yes, I have been collecting the data. The data is coming through both quantitatively, kujola qualitatively. I'll explain a little bit. Naira and America die ku can use can survey there, can feel ke kaba close next week in Kabenti. Kubaya report back to the University Institutional Review Board with the data Chaban. So now can do gam kabay you are protected human war channel will on my wall human war channel will on Sawa network interview the war one garanga kind of quad. So my appeal to you can wake out to America we lost boys kujola lost girls of Sudan with at least a bachelor's degree and yes, in Kekatin card, but you can be poured ban into the detail. I just circulated no conang and contact with a chiko chaket to a kegachibella circulated here. And the data that I am seeing we could die is unbelievable. I cannot wait to analyze Kubajar wider because it's unbelievable what this group has accomplished. It's unbelievable. In ke level will kene so yes the dala ke na odi na ji jal tumia ke jallo bi ke public can be jala do on this show uja jam yung chayo. I'm just kind of preliminarily looking at the data right now. So what was the research? What were the questions? The questions I captured in 3 areas when Chakalwin in academic research, there are different ways of doing research. Empirical research, scientific research, because it's scientific. Otherwise, it's empirical research. What you do is you
Kulwela ke banyin la badila tuyo ngune langali sometime kitiban na channel wheel ne kulwela yena la will ko chirdo wheel to ngien a chan to ngien dialogue a language ku ko ka chiman the word research na wheel to ngien ka chilo ko ni ala bal wheel to langali gun ga lo ko ni binu yen alang detail ken to tin ko alang tiene piang tin lekina loye ngade a wheel to ngien ka chirat ngade ka chirat ping fa please go with the English and ngadi I can copy in that to akwa jupi ka pingen where I can in ka lot anke fa
thank you okay thank you
le dila yeni ene jamdu za to kuba marka to ngie
na pot ni challenge so yeah so the way the research channel designs in the way lawyer and this is what people do call research is among different research among qualitative research among quantitative research among mixed method research among even embedded ethnography a research rod e kiro marbala reher we ko ki ko wajat ko non e lobby la reher ko chirman on moin dane chon chilopale on era ni di chol food mabor ko chirman wari ko jo kwara rane la lo ke la reher ko but actually lo research e ke chol ethnography can another form of research even single case research at all le bara an chirman ma pass bare say lo e lo bakada public ko yen to ya at all some people are qualitative researchers some are quantitative researchers kwano ko won to ke mixed methodologies ko won lo mixed method research iran quantitative ko qualitative data you collected could be together naked research methods ki kadia na loy quantitative research can you focus on that could do analyze could publish Now, low qualitative, you focus on that. In get your na low mixed method, you are doing actually both. Anything. Mixed method tend to be the hardest because the low mean quantitative data but collected. Can a questionnaires can get design appear to answer your research question in the qualitative data le collect. Quantitative data low collect, analyze separately because you have to. Kujalga bay together, now look bay together, like a book you communicate. And then you can be which in his story peer nyotka. Sometime when that happened in Beldubi, Kubera question, Kubera can find. So I call which a dialogue I have, but for me I have chosen the mixed method in a law. Because I have your yen population then the way you chamber kunira kai kuan to ben can work non at least a bachelor's degree America then could you focus on quantitative data itself a beam kidene chole descriptive statistical analysis a below could very inferential statistical analysis below really this is what I have seen. Now, qualitative data you can be missing a big part of the story. So I felt like learning about quantitative data, but collected, which I have done. Learning about qualitative data, I have the chat from the same people, but collected, which I have done. Could analyze separately. It's all mixed convergent, mixed method research design in Kekadia. Then you analyze them separately. Put your back together. You even make some themes here in preliminary quantitative result here. But look at your thinker. When get your qualitative result then, but look at your thinker. Put your back together with your meta inferences. You'll be below again. But you'll look at your thinker big picture. In get a So what am I collecting quantitatively? In order to collect a quantitative data, but collect. Okay, you have to make sure that research tool. You have to either make sure that it is already a validated research tool. Because when you validate it, you test scientifically already. And so now lot data local collect with that validated research tool. Laying data local collected, you either use already validated tool or you design your own tools. Kuberge can validate those tools. Achan Kuyelwe measure in Luke measure. Could you be implement in be research to be a law? Now, validation of new research tool is celebrated dissertation or Rodkin, and the Baloy of Benian PhD be actual doctor. Kichiko low lema call validation of tool, research tool. So I decided not to do that. Kicha lawyer I already validated tools. You can tested already. Okay, quantitative data collected. So I'm collecting occupational data using already validated socioeconomic tools. So you are a doctor, you are a doctor. You are an engineer, you are an engineer. You are a professor, you are a professor. You are a teacher, you are a teacher. So I have already collected that. And maybe some will come through again. And based those occupational data itself, there is a tool already, an occupational socioeconomic status tool. You tested already the point, occupational point you can assign to each occupation. For example, now a surgeon or a physician, a doctor, you know 100 out of 100 points. They get tested already. You are the China well, the China survey, the China complete queen a doctor. You already get at 100 points. Run talk. Really, what kind of occupation on top? So I'm collecting occupational data on every single person that has completed the survey, the population in winter. And those are getting their occupational point based on their occupation. This is not me doing it. It is already a validated tool. Can alloy collected. And I have already done that. The next thing is income. Your own income. I'm using a survey range validated tool that can if you are making between 15 to 25,000, so you check off this category. So it gives me a sense of where you learn. Where do you learn income-wise? Again, a validated tool. And then there is a composite score that you get based on income range genotype. Another quantitative data. The last quantitative data, which is the subjective now, but also a validated tool, is a tool called MacArthur. MacArthur is scale of subjective status tool. This is the ladder. Ladder is the I don't can get here in the year being balonial. I don't can get here. So, non and coach survey the young already got a team. I better might say this is the ladder. By goal pinit by the balonial number 10. Now, to number 10 can indicate the most money, in the best education, in the respected job. Now, to opinion number 1, indicate the least money, maybe in loy, maybe in well. And so I basically say this is the ladder based on where you are now in your community and in the society, in the country. Can they loom you on this ladder? Yet in the again a validated tool. So coach survey the young check of number 10 or check of number 1 or number 5. So these are the 3 quantitative data we can collect using those validated tools. And then it is easy to run regression analysis. It's easy to run correlation. It's easy to do descriptive statistical analysis. It's just straightforward. So that I can collect it already, and it is still coming through. On the qualitative side, I am basically coming and asking you now. Qualitative data, validated tool you use. You kind of design your question, and of course, reviewed by your committee to make sure that the qualitative question they are actually answering your research question. So what I did with the qualitative data is to basically ask you, in what way has education, based on the toy incident, in what way has education shaped your career, shaped your job? In what way has education shaped your income? And again, you have to, even the research question itself, I teach in a way that it sounds neutral. Otherwise, now could you constructed can you lure and forth answer by answer in a court? What scientific research So yes, in what way has education improved your occupation? In what way has education not improved actually? Shape the word shape and neutral, shape your education. In what way has your education shape your income? And then go back to again, what are the other underlying factors? Now, this kind of qualitative question are now putting the human capital theory into test. Ye kokir kango. Kacha keg experience talk in college. Your job affected in terms of the contextual factors or underlying factors. In get of the command. In what way you're intersecting minority identity in Ranchol, in a moj, in Yaman, you are not a native English speaker. In what way those kind of intersecting minority identities your career shape. And so you analyze these qualitative data and you will come up with the theme. You do the descriptive statistical analysis and impression statistical analysis with quantitative data, and then you bring it together, and then it will tell you and so at the end of the research, when Gabiato Jamdiakan Kubama Patbeladu, Bajalka de Rabab, at the end of the research, we will have a very good a picture of how this group has done since they got out of college. And already looking at myself and it took in December of 2005, and I know almost 18, 19 since I my bachelor's degree. So it's a very long time. 9 years, this on 2005, so it will tell a story of what has this group done with their education and how education has shaped their post-college career, socioeconomic and social status outcomes. And I think that is a very important research, the first of its kind below on this group. And I think that I know I am very confident something will be published out of this research. Now, why is it important? It is important because then we know who do we have in America and possibly in Canada and in Australia that has the expertise. We know that. In the case of if somebody is, let me give an example of US. If somebody is a lawyer, this person went to law school. Okay, went to the best law school in the US and got a JD, meaning a law degree. Chan law school, America, a law in Kanang bachelor's degree in something else with your law school. But doctor of jurisprudence, I'm just giving an example. So you are a you are a lawyer. You got your bachelor's degree, you went to law school, you got a JD, and then you sat for the bar exam and you pass your bar exam. So you are actually licensed to practice law. But for whatever reason, you are not in the legal practice. In other words, in the field of queening, or that you are not actually using your degree, then not only are you questioning human capital theory, you then begin to raise questions, empirical questions within research about why that is the case. This Ran has done everything. Educate himself, got the best degree, did the professional certification exam in a bar exam, like a licensed lawyer. But for whatever reason, he is not practicing in that field. What are the factors that are affecting that person? Now, in that sense, now actually the academic research is actually shaping the policy debate here in the US. You should look at name why that is the case. Could look at corrected at them. A Chanbran can be able to practice in his or her profession. In my research, and I'm so happy about it. I just since we're in a Garland, my dissertation research, some people were shocked. we thought na da ka Akol Aguek Ngong PhD. Why? So and in PhD and bejanang PhD after this. Reason, yes, I was probably among the first people like a bachelor's degree told Biden among the lost boys. And as soon as I got out, I actually got accepted in a PhD program, Duke University, when you Duke, with full funding. But I can below because Antibiara and the family on Bomanding, Manding had the opportunity. But can't win for 6 years. Good below graduate school. Very important decision. Chandra lawyer, and then of course, Bello graduate school. Pala Boston, Kula Dubai, and then Kula Banyapan board. So I don't think na the kind of a PhD law can Banyapan board. It's a lot already. Teen Banyapan board, I don't think Num do need big enough. But so Kula Martin. So I did not and can develop PhD program a good develop a Banyapan board gam in 2019. Aja gam Banyapan board be with Jagol. Patoloman. Yenike can so I don't have a PhD, but then a PhD at the university level. You don't need a PhD, and even somebody with a bachelor's degree have a PhD at the university level. You just need to know your stuff. But yes, of course, and we done PhD man. After this, you get a PhD card, but you are in by my pass. And if I need to go to the family level a little bit, wake up in yes, law late work budget. The German specifically, you're talking about part. The German specifically level upon board. You live on the screen. A came by Benegate affected by Benegate lobby. So, okay, I caught but will turn. Walk at your lobby, what was the Metka part get yak? Victoria came. Machar, a bella abenda air and one walk. Kujola, Wari, Chakero, Jongro, Kujola Biar. So I thought I would mention that in my past, Bajal, hand over to you. Non and Kabakati or non Kabake, Bakek narrated. Thank you.
Yeah. I watch about late, watch about most because I was there. Can TV the Bor Pan Australia. One method of Kubanya Akol Aguek Kachu late, the research and loy. Kakakadia to work, P. Bennett to work. Ko create Ben, you could jal gol. Waka jal golga. Bulangi research, Bulanko GGP, Bulanko Yinde, Waka jal golga. And get your research, you could loy one name, you could kill one name. Why it's your data you collect? Kuka research you con jamtin, the interview to war in the jello. Ne bangla twin the buy. Research ran your funded a kuma kay funded. Kumarina kuma funded a chanena kuma kalang rearen kalang wuka taxes yen kayen loy. Individual chairman in the German kikaloy kay paperwork metangin kuba banbay kan outcome. Alang form bi ci ka ta mit ko ni ke pan America ne research de ne loy alang question bi ba ke deal uncertain ten ku question ba ke answer ka result ka la bay man ko ju jaret a ci ka ta war gan ku yen result le jala ben ne ko ta na America ke research yira jartin kubaloi ayini chwe yen zaman didare ba a lot of people man yen ketia kan human mana to kin ko ju jare aba ke dil kon gana aba dil contacted aga tien research du jiya ina langa data ci ran banen gam alang yi belo yin war garan ku re ran ki kala ku yin randa abi randa bela tio abe nyi ko kede ci ci ngade ci research de ko ci paperwork ko ci tio ngani ke ko kede ko ya ko go ku enten chaka magazine ka ku ina go yotene ngade ci kada ina ngade research ya loy ye bang bit ye bang ko ye bang waya go you bini ko kede how many people are participating in that research ku jala wat kam jela ben bay ka loya ku ka jeru pe gol tan wo ti bane research loya yu to lel wo bor or wo mon jang wo pi or wo pi pale jinu Sudan lekin kriji bana kor bi jal cho loy ine ngadi in a term of evidence ba ke gam ku ba research du ba loya pet ku bo war gang du ba gam ni tan wo ke ne very important rate wacha example ku bay war ku pan bay titer kortonga na bay ko ira tonga ran burtonga ni yin kibana Singapore mana population da tonga ni Guinea Sudan alor any Taiwan population da tonga da pan Guinea Sudan ran chule budil tong ay ko ngwen ka lekin ke ka lu yeret ko ka ki wo ko tong e human ke lu ke develop kibana Singapore achi resources to kanen a one country one city but ran achi utilize ran kene menen ke lang a very high pan Singapore man a very high GDP akin dual waren but akin oil den to kanien ko akin diamond to kanien ko akin gold to kanien but ran ka ci wel ken ye gold amana Singapore ke ci 192 countries ay long adi ay around the world akin pan ne right mo Singapore ko ko korban Australia ati ko ijraat bi ka loy ngadi ngadi tam wong mana korban Australia mana you have to sign a lot of paperwork bin ban bay tin kini ran to Africa or Guinea Sudan ko ji mana alang wu lekin you cannot come here in ngadi in Australia I can find walang low income or we kongong Australia kini kam baban ziyaratin unless by going through the process lekin mo Singapore ti ko process e guna tan kina talu le bi batin ka ba batin a can chin ko kor batin yena world develop elang 100 income de elang 100,000 plus a year yung bu jal beloy pan in average income rana ya 40 to 50,000 Australian dollars which is na le war wo ka America kay 35,000 kay ngay a year yung bu beloy pan na chinga loy tin a chana ran ko dun ter kuran ko ten ke ran en ke ben teran ko from Singapore kululan bo Australia and Singaporean kululan bo pan Australia ke ben an time le USA ka le ka bo an time lekin ala ben poor country ke masala man chin hudun ngade yo hudun USA man etiang is gade South American migrant ke cha ke chuk ke ilu ni ngade chuk fence chuk ala ka loy ngade ak loy fence chen ka galwe achana ci korka achin a good income lekin mo in Saudi Arabia kuliran la America ko ka bo mo in Kuwait kuliran la Saudi Arabia ala America ka liudel Qatar Imarat ka je ko ka ayin dol ko or fana kwat ka yin country aya open to you kuna ngonga ka ngade ka opportunities ben ka gampanda aya better limit work nenin ka anyi ko piata lan ka tin chira understand pan bu banda ngo quality ne ko yani ke bani kwan community ache commissioner kina authority to kan yen but e jamarin ka ko kulele ko do ko bay elang power chena jamia elang power war chena chat war ya war chat war ko yob ko bila bai do ko bai ko porka aye luelia ke men bur achin wen ne riyo e voluntary job but ci lum ke pandan bur le lum na war ci rap ci ba luo war e ko ba to war delegation ci ba to ci nger honorable wala tinmadul ku jela general secretary ku jela secretary information ke ko maktam de ku jela demonstration si ke jala yo ne kor kon ka diki e kene nyol ta wo alang ci ra gir panda ci ba cer ter war bin wo pe waka decision panda waka ke ya loyal man ku cur tan authorities mostly bu ya jam ko way community now one minute da Akol Aguek Ngong ci tema rate we lost boy war ci jal war bi research bu loy e pi war le we war ci wala tin ku ka cala loy sha shiv wada ye ka mu takala queen ku ka cala queen zato ne research de yongu bu kon panda Juba Sudan ku yongu bu kon radu yen ke loy research chan wuci jala we number ku number yen ka yen research yen ka yen loy and which is unpresented in karanto ngene be in kono loy man be no research be loy ni mit kon ci pi ci lang degree ni jama ka America yi and this is ngala tweng the buy ba pi we bit a research be ya loy ye ka ngucha ke gor wetu ci banya ko le interview ware ni ci la tweng ware kwen ka be ya question di man ko be ko do explain it away education e hero ku ka idia le kiro wen ka ditin ala ke chali STEM education e kenen ka ba ler tu ngare kenen ka ben jam tin ma yungu i chali STEM education bena kola go kimbala du kien kin music baba taw welcome back.
Thank you. My party in debate by the ben very tough. Question about STEM education, Kujola humanities and social sciences education, a big topic here in the U.S. and I think a big topic globally. And I think it is more of a philosophical debate. But basically, the question of my past answer is STEM education. It basically is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. STEM. It stands for itself: science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. It could go what a year more STEM education. Na achi STEM education. Ichene technology. Ekachini banyu chimanti ni chen career pandia. Kuma path kati studio pande. Kuwajal jamu wa oiro kuwajempe nam. STEM education kene technology. So na America atene right now this is the policy decision che America to decide. Ayegel wel ke ye ndaman on in a layer walk bulo twing. Achan America a very young country. America came 300 years again there. Could those other countries in Europe are thousands of years. Even Iraq are thousands of years. America a very young country. On in be golden game mostly farming. Ayegel wel ke wabala twing science STEM education. In kekabla twing in ga chi keblo bi nang dang dir cha ka bel wel tong den le bi pinum riok yen ke chi keblo bi ranar in the moon in ga chi ke ngoloi you would say in ga chi ke tier lo in ga chi ke internet law in ka chike Facebook law in ka chike Apple law in ka chike STEM education kana egel ke wachala twen alo bu abu ka nye twen ne ekole because Miss Kwaya Pioy mostly in the field of science, technology, engineering, and math. And it looked like now Kukuruloy was down here, especially India and China, mostly Miss Kenaike, put a red below STEM education. So the America decide that she really STEM education a boy are rewarded. Even a lot college by your interest, but major to declare in those fields, you get additional financial aid, free money supporting you to do that. Because I believe now that is still leading in the field of science, technology, engineering, and math. In education, and of course, medicine, COVID in STEM education. So I really in order for us to continue to lead. Supported. We are focusing on this field. In case STEM education can coach kichiri ya jang duan kwen if you're queer in case STEM field and when you get a PhD in biology, when you get a PhD in microbiology, though in case science can in case STEM education. And now social sciences, could you like humanities, kachiri chugo kwen waya call, can economic and social science, political science and social science. And then even business, I'm an MBA too. It would be counted toward the social sciences. Kachirikaka, I get jalbase, I get by I jalbase STEM education. Now, there is something here. I will lay in a looping numran, ran jalaben. In a jalaben. Okay, in the below, you know, in the science queen. But what do you do with that science? There is an ethics to it. Ethics. You did the right thing. Science will be advancement brand clone. Brand alloy and chirmanden be okay. So there is a moral ethical question here. Can human being be cloned? Little sign, little tumcha to pay. So at the end of the day, no at the end of the day, can I jalto in charge ya ben era and queen humanities and social sciences. The question about what are you going to do with that science? You did a good science. Actually, STEM education in an answer. Humanities, philosophy, religion, ethics, social. Indicate that question, indicate your answer definitively. And so the point I call is to say that all fields are important. Right now, I would say go into the STEM field. But now no STEM field and be religion about Queen or and be history about Queen, they can supported because at the end of the day, how you succeed, by the way, by successful professionally and personally, it comes back to your values. Your values can work a whole can determine whether you will succeed in what it is that you are about to do. And so at the end of the day, kacha korba parent kwa we showed you tonight brand Mandela pressure you know what the Akol Aguek Ngong social sciences with your humanities are important let them the pressure the STEM education we are focused on. No, every kid should be encouraged to pursue whatever it is that they love. As long as they love and they enjoy it, they will be successful. Can be contribute to the society. But basically, Bakerma part by answer STEM education can science, technology, engineering, and math. And this is where the money goes. Even in academic research, research in the area of STEM tend to get money. There are low research in social sciences. It is what the society is rewarding right now. And this is a debate that goes on. For example, yung chene education, yung chene rewarded, yung chene teacher the dumb. Why? And these are the people producing the knowledge. Why is somebody on Wall Street actually just trading the money on the stock market? Why is that person rewarded many times than a classroom teacher the next leaders of the next generation? Rana yinu will be looking Louis got his crew on Wall Street in New York and just selling money on the stock market in the These are again, I'm getting into philosophy now. These are the societal question when society get discussed for answers, but basically, as we stare right now, the society is rewarding STEM education because they relay the value you added to human development, to quality of life, is immense. More important than social sciences, humanities. You can add it, and we know what are the tier, what jam chemane, wale kobe maybe wale HIV, cures of sign of cancers, name it. It's all STEM education, but there are bad things too. In a heartbeat. Is that a good science? Is that the best STEM field? How about the human being? They are clone. They are low in they are clone in the level of the. Is that a good science? So these are philosophical questions the society will get addressed. But basically, in get talking, society believe, and I do believe now that STEM education at the end of the day, it can contribute to our quality of life and to our development. And even now, as the globe is warming, now the solution to the solution will be in the area of science. A STEM and the solution in the But again, the person in charge, humanities and social sciences, call Louis. So I'm going to my part in the Bella do Winter Lake.
Wachaba lake wachaba modho ko dai wodhia kene TV de Bor pano Australia yeje banya kola go ka chule charir ne research ne chiloy ko loy ku ninka ne TV Bor ku ne buya budo loy ku la twenga panda en ka yiwa jamtin yongu bu kwany panda yen ka yiwa jamtin ka wala nga tinga bai chimane banya kola go ko chir ko ka kayu ko bay TV bilang tung bi buluel bene panda bela tweng kurana bene pira ngot ani kuya tibu wala tinaman tiyoko waj bene toke kuwala ka jibu ka bay TV jiran chirmane diktora janga duanye abi abu de ban yongin bu de ban vocational training or vocational school eliu panda war ter bor ko ka ci diktora jang duanye ci tem e center ci yiman computers alo school ready enrollment ka jel kor bor enrollment ka jel kor bor langa agriculture langa mechanic langa maternity atatin kujela yen ye plumbing atatin kujela yen building kakadia ay vocational training kor be ke loy bor ko ka biabu de bentene enrollment manen ka kor ko kenen ke ci ngong war panda e ngong war panda mana na bar ko yugodi ke loy mading mana ay ko pe kai ke loy akor lankar ba dun lang jare dun to ku ci ngeri yak de or wires ka akor ba ke loy e keran pe ke yen loy ko kana cha jang duan ci loy electrician ato ne kosat ke yi kuwara ka ke yu ko pingwar wa yidwar aya kuma ene ke loy na wa tul mana alogo buga di loy in our own capacity wherever binen loy kini man bor ba mi ba panda bor ba jar nyal e ko chir ko ka ko ko be tv ba panda ba dila twen en ke chok banya ngo ko tir ku jela ko ma tam de ka dia bi ya jam ni rin bor ne ko bor ler twen bi ya chat man war chet ke bi resettlement bi ya le ko bi por bi ya le ko by the way ke charan human being ke twen de ne pir de e ke bi cham blo ne yan de kin ke ya banye ran chul o ran ne ci di ne pin ne mena the word ran chul a whole nation nga yen nga ne ayi ko ja yigel wele na ran chul o ran ban ran ci chan ne pin ne ban ke twen du ni kon gol ne kwadu kwen ka ko ne tamane e ba yandu ci bi aroy kuna yito kin ci roy bala o gwi ku in ci roy bala wo gwi ku in ci roy ka ka liu ku tangin ke ne ka ngong bay ku ngong yen ke yaran won liu itia ke yen ke ne yen for what buru lew pay bu yanda bu lew ken ke la twen na panda wa chinalik wa bless ko yimi bur e wo well ni mi education e ke in encourage rate the to work in our social life binu ko chalpi en ke ki wa jamare ko way willing rate bu pi band kitien tuan wane ki wa panda yu wan kenen ka je mo tinare ku bu panda bu develop kene be dilen encourage rate ku ka chen ko ka dia ar jartin ko ka dia luitin enin be bana dan ko bo gor abde ke bo tv kene ku ko bo gora history ka yigo gor wa way kresano nyala je ban panda nyala je ku gamare ana la yu population bor mana ay christian ka dia ku ka religion people working time akan ku bebe lekin this week in a tower tin in the gol mi akol monday one meter da deng will ablang interview ta woke no the Bor TV e boka dia gor boka region ran kenen ka tamanen ke ready le bedil ban na chu time na chu rukan yen ka kabu chol we TV jene ko go banene e boka dia ga ke gor boka religion ku religion ko way bor aton pida e jare way krasano way gamaret na lor manene ne ngadi ka dia na kori ka dia ka chin liu kanisa tin en ke chok yen mana malon YouTube ke hymns or diarune ya diar ka kanisa kaka aju jare ta wo way Easter you celebrate way Christmas you celebrate ri pan bur aka chiran ku chien ekana atoya baban mi don deng will ira je gam kurana nyalik alang channel den religion ato ya boka dia ga ke go each book abia a day or 2 days ekana abra lawyer ran be host abu de tinku way team media abu de tingi ngabe ngadi yang abe host yen ku ran ka abdil ban this week wa du chena mat bu langa facility ku bu barnamij da bu tiek
Music Studio.
ibi de bor pan Australia wan mit da Akol Aguek Ngong bu benyal bu betong ku bu barnami da bu tiek. Welcome back Banyakol. Why betong bu tiek.
Thank you. In Challenge, my path for time to ENN. And it's quite jam a young guy. Sorry, a young one could you love you? Could I get a gam near? Example, coach Stamfield Queen, Randall Martin, Emma Jam good. So Chana Marwin and so I thought that but Marco Jola could be cock can well tonight.
Majaga rantung ko dai man I believe.
And I think Majong Woodchok is one of those on the way. Jola and Chirayan Martin. So Kaya Korba suggests. Oh, go ahead. Okay. Kaya Korba but suggests. Yeah, in Banyma Pater and Chirmana and Martin. And no cake in the area of research, especially in the area of public health. So I and can die taking a ban in one of your shows so Anton yeah thing will ban on the program because I'm not can win on utility to our community.
Yeah, can I pick up
Ian Martin.
Ian Martin
alloy research the alloy research I think he's doing research in HIV/AIDS, Kujola hepatitis.
Ian Martin. Okay. Okay, to panu.
I thought then he talk Canberra.
Okay. Canberra, okay. Acha ni tamam.
Yeah, so I know could we kaya call but no could we talk in our community call when nonka call be ben lebananke luiran chier ke lebananke ke kun by in their area of expertise. So could we cock because kids suggested the diet and in ke tin ka mention now but can you wrap up can meet your head where audience to die pan Australia ku jola pan America tene ku pin no ben coach die on my show on my research specifically on our population of the lost boys and lost girls of Sudan here in the US with at least a bachelor's degree. Very humbling data you been through chatting. People actually completed the survey, whether they agreed with me or disagree with me on board community debates. She wanted thing for a very long time. Whether you like me or you didn't like me, in my part with your thing, I have been amazed. People across the board have completed the survey. Very humbling to see that kind of thing. Because it is important. In the research, in the empirical research, you don't cherry pick the data. Then it's scientific. You don't say na daga an chirman mapan machar jongro na what political opinion. So I have the survey be completed. Then you are already biasing your results, and so it has to be everybody. Of course, the decision whether we participate or not. Now, Caleb mentioned of the bad about the limitation of my research. Basically, it's the sample itself actually random. Who can a diamond? It raises a question about the generalizability of the results in Kekato. Achan coach participate where people who were willing to do it. Kuka when she willing to do it, actually participate. So random one of the downside. It does not, however, undermine or undercut the value, the benefit from this academic research. In a level, so can a legend called Yetiong, who can legend call Yetiong, can get few days to don't go to Sabeke active. And I encourage people na non ko ko be ben po when me ken the research ke yak sabe yak tiong. That is how a panaka waja elu develop is you actually do the research on people, because people ke kaya relate to the environment. Ke kaya the one that make the impact on the environment. So if you happen to be part of that population, kuchi reach basabe bationg ke tiong because you are protected. The chin kebla come back to bite you. And the data, the knowledge created as a result of data you contributed non society. For example, Koke participated were again a scientific now it was a representative kuke random Koke participated were trial a COVID vaccine. Kin ko wako man awako yin ke level will I level will coach in say lawyer America at least 5 people reach out to me collecting their data from me. Kwachira Anton Keita can't turn down because I really feel that they can value when you complete an empirical research survey, because there is something, there is utility, there is contribution that you are doing to the society. So Iran to Australia, Iran to Canada, Iran to South Sudan, don't anything. Those kind of research and reach out to you. Please participate in a level. One thing, as I'm just eyeballing the data, this is a better accomplished group, by the way. This is a better accomplished group in all kind of field you can think of. Analysis so which I hope in my part Babella do on your show Bor community in Australia. I hope Kenny yen another political problem. I remember very well our first interview Benang Fire Storm Kachila head with some whiplash. I hope this interview I hope a chin backlash prevent from it. This is not political. This is purely on human development, and this is purely an academic research interview. And we believe na value we contribute to board community. Finally, a labor board community, a labor age, because the way you get channel, you get a we are more independent. Could be select all kind of topics. Could be guesses, be KKB, call an expert in their field, could be when a conversation can a community that globally. Aye, okay, so a legend leadership, who can legend wake away a media team. We will try in the US Tenea, Bananke, Chirikan. In Gaya, you can level will. In my part, then Chijamaret, wake up Pingaman when Kinde and Chiror Yao, when a cholo to pull in a program, Lueran, so any Jamaret, the man call it, launch a deal to an headache. So, to end because it turn wake up in ku na to nyale tio ku ti my research to me can be ben to actually now share the finding one away yen ke ya yo ka le balwel ku yes ya jong malera yel wel tikana de na yan to Melbourne chito Canberra yen ke to yen ngade in KK you can level in KK. But otherwise can and the coach then I'm humbled by the way Chene survey Chene completed and I hope more people will participate. However, the data you enough for me to actually go forward and finish my research. But I would appreciate more people in Congo. in ke ya yo kale ba lelen ba ko jeten yin ma pat ku we cha kale we odian wo ba yo damande
Which a lake which about most we could die with you. What Ben took it. A yijek pandan boor a corby cook a below. Walk what lang a number no coach p credible a jarata golman walk a chin pit and talk on walk. Pick a year wallatin. Cook a pia lock a jello column who could town a p day. Walk a cock a manual war. The man in a call a woman jam gonna walk. There are did a hockey. They did a cheer. The dumb hockey lera cheer. A man then be kill man, a be kill kaya cheer. Lekin yen pide gorot by. A catching go kui, the manu wogan, no room can anake nye kain on hockey. Quick and naked I was there, a check a day took in the banacola work, Ranaban, at a panic young. Cheer a janku golo. Chakaman cheng watch rabadman a quarter and children a con culture. Kumi di the man and choko, chiko, the contour, kubu culture. A mummer can allow them with little cocator, cacachini. Lekina Lula cola, go little cool and the cool, chen a coach and a contour, a cachacolo, a little I got a contour, a cachacola, or ranchiranda chapel to go. Kakadiata, Kidalo, Kikon kai, a jackai. Kidden Kikon weir. I chakon weir, woor, a tan, Kiron Tantin, who ding it to any other two. Kakadiata, Kakaka Piro, Kakadio, way one jam. Walk man tower ne wajal kurbu jala no pir joti ki pira che wachi langa good number tag them and wala budil wood kwen ke ken an jam kula research you ke loy ache accurate ala badil kela na man kula la yen ko chi la check ku ko chi dung bai or ko chi pi pan bur ya 30% la ko chi pi pan bur ya 40% ku 60% ka de ken pi e bang pi ken na ler ba ben bang a check ko ko war ya la ji ne ka dia ye ko kedde ci bana cheke ku ko kedde chang pa le jing bi mana ko ka dia bana cheke percentage ene ci duba ene chang pa e percentage ko reda le less than 10% the population da lekin ay banga pi ku wa kin go equal ngade pi ya de ku wa kin go ngade wa de wa kin ay equal wana ko ba ya de ci ngade illiterate people are there to read it and work ka to ya lekin a ce jalwel kan ni jalwel nanuma ay jaloy practically en ke en research en dik be research ba chulo even na ci chaka accurate ka lazim dil tiak kene yi ne ko cha ke interview ku jela data ene cha collect ka ka yen pi ka en ke dik bang research rin ka wa a ce wa cha ni kek ayo ka rin manene ngadi ayo ka rin manene media ka Martin Jungro. And this is Martin Jungro sometime is rin kaka chirin kon ke jenga pet kwa che kwa chanyi ke rale badil nyen ma pan ma char Jungro deng garang and mon coach and this is rin kaka kan ka gor ka dia agara Martin Jungro this is achile nyi pet chan pan ko Jungro di tare kwen ga chok we ya kayarin ke baptis warin ke le ka wachi akrsano rin ke chin kala no pir jote de kanisa a chen ke rin ko kaya tautin kana bardo che ko chanyi ke gapet nyan tin chala yan Martin na nye pet se boke nyan te ko ren wo ka ka lu ka receive on bi ke on ran lo form den man den yen nyane ko kir pan chol guma yulon I believe in ke tu ko form na on nyu ke ko wa ka nyu ke man te ko ku ka chat bai te ne ka nye pet yen rer malbun ne wa ber kar rit mama de chaka man war chen yin jala rit ke proud rit nyan ko ngade panede ne ngade coach go ngari ka ngari kwa yolari ma nyari ene ko jere choy ko nyari this is the thing to their coach pa nyan tin nye pet ba jel sukul da jel bu golte no akutu ben jal to ke pa nye pet yana wanan wan nye pet nyana dul mi ta ke na to no mama den pe nyen jal war ani ko pet yana ka pa men tin chira nye lo pet ku ka kwa sukul de ko pet mo de da nye pet de ma bil radan ko jor coach na ter manen ke to wo pa na le na yana martin ka kin la no lekin ay nyan tin ka nye ato ko wo ka ne malbon kana la badilo le ina yan ni nye ret kin ni nyan ti te kur abin dir abin ti ya bila pandu ke nye pet mama do nye taka mama tin nin jalo ken ka waya kaman ka pinno ko kar mama do mo ret ke nyan ngade gongari ko kir ka dia half of the my ko ke gongari tawan kwan terien gongari ku kangari kwa yolari yen ka ko nyari wablon ka ko yi ka work board community yijik ka lo rut pa na man waka pe ben be tong jwar ku ben ti ben be tong pa anda ci tong ci riyo kare pa anda riya wajimi ta ka ci ko jor pa anda riya 91 pa anda riya 2013 pa anda ci ko ko way bor kana toya pa anda na yu kor bu duti na mi da redo wapiot ko kor ko ku ni bu do pa anda en ka waja jamare ku kana bu lo red ko way mi bor bu ku ni bu do pa anda bu ku ni bu ya cha ni bu ya cha ni jinu ba sudania ni ko war taw war tarbor ko ta ko yor wi war bor mo wal chat en ke te jelatin taw chu ngor taw chu thor bay ben be yang jar nyal o cha contributing a lot langi bi jeg na ber bay you ba contributing a lot ko way bor kana to ya way mi pan jongole wodia pan bor kada wodia way mi ke jongole wodia fa Dubai kulwai da bai ku ko ken ko ko wat ya woret kuran bana ya woret na ko ken ko yen ka woke ne na ran media wan yar culture red na bay man ci man ti lor ten yin ko ti ko yugo gwer yu ban wadia na loy film na loy ke kablot film bier ke loy ke rwai mostly ke kain ko ke bitin kalan ko la gar go pandu na chawan ko gon ani ar wo ka wo yo ko le go pandu na chawan go woni lo kur air ko we ko ka ne ta tawo ka ka ya ga yo ai ka gora ya ne ko ko mana tu yi je panda chuan na lor wol da ko man ku ba yo ban wa te ne lo ti wa te ke wa ju jaret ku kwa flam ka ka yen ka da en ke chok mon jang te na ga ke chok jino sudan te na ga lekin ko ena wo ge le yo le wo pan wo na cha wan kana e gora ya ngade da chok ina war tv chok ora show kon yu ka ngade video yu ke upload kana to ya work wing ben wan me da ka chel ke wan me da deng wil ga de bo ka diak bung to ka bu ya bay at the time na ken to ko ka ba de ke lo aku bi ka to ka diak yung wil ban deng wil yen religious man why krasane wadia ko mani wa Cristiano ke yen wala ngi bulang bo konta ne gam ci wa gam la ci wana pir jode kana ci deng wala ci loy ku bo ko ka de ke bo ko won ci bo gor na la ran ci bu ka gor ke ja cha nye a chan bu be yalang interview kan wo kan a chan kene part of our kana ko wa mi bor lazim bu talent ko bu ke ka nyo da chin de ready loy information nan ka ya gam na ran ci dai man ka ba na dai la ci man ban to man a cha tinga ne wa ga ci ga de sedro wa ga ci ga de terber na ye ci ne ci ga de terber ya kula to kala ka ba yu ka 3000 in ga dai lekin al bar la gol mi akol ke ka ya 6000 fa 6000 na ko di jare radio ku ko 2000 ne dai yen ke ka ci ka sar bu ko bilang 2000 audio ne pin ke na to ya we ko ci like tau please ya subscribe ya tau we ya cool we te di ku to man ku ko ci share ku ko ci like ku ko ci love gam ali red ne ko le mo fruit by ngadi tak da we kan ka reminder won tak da en ka to yana ka jam cirkin a kena diara ce ta tin ko la diara ta pe ko entertainment ta pe lekin a lel ka ba lel ka pe ke ken entertainment ta ke ta ba se ngadi ke ta our logo en ke ta we ba tong we bi jalang a good day yana ka bye bye
To music